Thank you very much for coming and for giving me the opportunity to speak here. My name is Idan Applebaum, and I'm going to present to you Zbangit, the one place to connect, share, and collaborate with everyone. I'm going to start this demo by giving you a bit of a perspective that was actually the inspiration for the building of this product. And when we look at the hottest thing happening right now, aside from this exciting demo, is this whole concept of cloud sharing. Oh, nope. Okay, I guess I'll have to stand here. So, roll back a bit. When we start looking at cloud sharing and how I'm going to be representing here a bit of a timeline of how things have evolved, and we all know that, at least we can all share the feeling that we used to send emails to ourselves with attachment as a means of sharing, of having actually files stored remotely. And those afterwards evolved into sharing files and storing pictures, which were much richer media and more consuming in terms of content. And from those applications, we started doing sharing of content. So the concept of cloud actually storage and cloud sharing has started to evolve. Obviously, with much richer media through YouTube and other sites like that, we were able to finally share content which was much richer and be able to store it remotely. And then afterwards, of course, Facebook came along and started having means of sharing and means of actually storage. So again, we're looking at places in which we can share information and also remote locations where we can store our data and we can access it very easily. After that, we have other companies that evolved and actually have full storage of all our content. And we know some of those such as Drop.io and Dropbox and Box.net. And last, in terms of my perspective over time, is we see companies like Zoho and Google Docs, which started not only having an ability for me to store remotely my content, but actually, and to share it, but actually work collaboratively. But as you can see, this kind of draws a very complex ecosystem. And what we do at Zbang is actually bringing the cloud back to you. What we do is actually take all these services, which are great, optimize them in such a way that from my desktop directly, I can manage all this content. I can leverage the great services that these applications serve directly from my desktop in the easiest way. So we started the operation in late 2009. All in all, we're 2 people located in Rehovot, Israel. What we have done in September, we have launched a very preliminary product to about 200 users. Then afterwards, in late 2009, we distributed a beta to about 1,000 users, and we're now planning to go production in July. Without further ado, let's just jump into the application and see how it looks. So this, what I'm demoing to you right now, is one of the products that we have, and this is a desktop product. And after a very simple setup, what we see here is the system itself goes out to all these services, collects all this data, and stores it in a very efficient way. Actually stores links to it in a very efficient way in this system. What we can see right now here is our inbox, which contains information coming from my Twitter, from my different email accounts. You can see here I have my live.com, my Yahoo, my Gmail. I have 2 Twitter accounts. I have a Facebook. And I actually can browse in real time and see all the streams of this information coming in. In the same manner, what the system does, it goes to all the services that I've hooked up to and extracts the links to those and puts them right now on my desktop. You can see that I have in this tab right here, photos. I have 849 photos coming directly from my desktop. I have photos that were sent as attachments in my email, different email accounts. I have here photos coming directly from my Picasa, my Flickr, my Picasa, and so forth, broken down by the different files. And pretty soon I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to use this to my advantage. Just monitoring the time here as it clicks through. The same way it looks at all my videos, it hooks up to the right systems that I have in place. For example, YouTube, ability to upload, download, and so forth from all that. And of course, all my files and so forth. To give you the best way to understand how we think, how innovative this system is in the process in which we fetch all this data and bring it to a real common denominator. And that is the most important thing. We actually empower the user to not be restricted by the different services, but rather be able to do pretty much anything with anything. And let me give you an example. Let's take this example for now. Eric Colson is an old buddy of mine from the good old days in Yahoo, and he has moved into Netflix, and he's looking to hire now some great guys in BI and business intelligence. He sent this as a status update on his LinkedIn. I got it directly into my inbox. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reply to him because another friend of mine, Galit, I know is looking for a job in that exact area. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, simply reply to that. The message pops into my compose box. But since this is something personal I want to send to Eric, and I don't want to send it over LinkedIn, I'm just going to convert it immediately into an email, just as a click of that. The system, while it goes and fetches all the contacts that exist in all the services that I've linked Zbang to, creates a unique set of contacts and merges all of them into one. Okay, so now I have a message that was converted from a status update into an email. And now I'm going to find out where that resume that Galit sent me at the time and send that to him as well. So I have here an email that I got from Galit. I'm just going to double click on that. And I see here a composite of all the communications that I had with Galit, all the network that I communicated with Galit, and right here is her resume. So this is a file that currently does not reside on my laptop. It is completely on the Google server, and you see here by the little M here that indicates this is a Gmail that I've received. And I'm just going to drag that and toss it right here. You see what happens here is the system automatically detects the type of file that I have and the different services that I've subscribed to, and it offers me a slew of options for me to do. I can send it as a regular attachment. I can put it on a drop.io, which is just like you send it for large files. I can put it on the Google Docs if I want to work collaboratively with them, or on a box.net. In this case, I'm just going to put it in as an attachment. In addition to that, she has sent me another file, which is fairly large and is going to clog up the mail. So I'm going to grab this one, going to toss it here, and I'm actually going to change it to be a drop.io. As soon as I click send here, what the system will do will go fetch those files from the sources where they are, download them temporarily to my system, upload them into drop.io or into the attachment, generate from that the link that is associated with it on top of the thumbnail itself, generate an email, and just send it out in just one click. So I know I've taken a few steps into this, but this is as simple as sending an email, any type of update status, any type of message that I want to send. And things that are initially thought of as more complicated are very simplified by this system. I can actually move content from one source to another by drag and drop. If I want to take a photo, for example, that resides on my Picasa and I want to share it on Facebook, all I have to do is just toss it here. It automatically detects that this is a type of file that can work with these type of services. I can toss it right here, throw it in there, put here, and indicate that I want to post it directly into my Facebook and just send it out. And lastly, what I want to show you is actually how the system deals with more collaborative or more complicated things. So let's say, for example, I have here an email that was sent to me I have an attachment that was sent to me via email. All I have to do is I grab it, I put it up here. In this case, I want to collaborate via Google Docs. I just toss it out here. It gives a little indication here. I place the person that I want to send it to and just click send. What the system will do will upload it into Google Docs, associate the specific person with the right privileges to use that file, and just send him a note, and we're linked into that. This pretty much concludes my part of the demonstration of the product itself. And thank you.